NRG starting on the CT side, excuse me. SK on the opposing side. They will be looking to impose their will early on. Speaking of early on, Godby's going for an early push here, seeing freeze towards long, and that's bringing SK in that direction as well. tabseN's got a smoke down towards B, and he is on the plateau. So NRG with a good hold so far, but a brittle one perhaps. Godby moving all the way back towards the A site. We've got a rotation coming in for the CTs, making their way through the choke points before the T's can advance too far.
Yeah, this is looking quite good as far as maybe getting a bomb down, but they have sustained heavy damage of SK in this effort. And now the CTs are getting quite close, and all of a sudden there is question as to whether the bomb can even be planted at this rate, as all hands are required on deck to just prevent the CTs from blasting off their heads. And now it's going to be Modi jumping up there to try to help the situation out. And it looks like they will indeed get the bomb planted, but there are frags coming in here from NRG. SK looking to try to hold this, but it's looking more and more difficult. Acidian with the pops! That's 2 frags there. Oh, that is a fantastic finish on the last one as well. Magic's Boy with the kill there onto Peter, and SK is looking like it was going to go badly, but right at the last second, they flip everything on its head, and that is SK with a good start.
Yeah, and this is pretty bad for NRG because we've seen, at least with our own league Dan of late, that when the CT side loses a pistol on Cobblestone, they tend to have a pretty bad half. We'll see if that's going to be the case for NRG. First test will be if SK can avoid these grenades on this eco round from NRG. 3 HEs for the CT side, and they're going to be aggressive towards A. This time there's 2 people pushing, and 3 going to be stacking towards B.
Yeah, I mean, they should be able to easily avoid this. I mean, if they play this correctly, it shouldn't be a problem. This is the classic as well, you know, use those grenades to clear out the dangerous spots, which is the early spots. We're seeing where Magic's Boy is right now. That can be quite dangerous, but once you get past that initial point, it's smooth sailing after that, and you can get towards that bomb site into the open, where it feels all, you know, calm and comfortable. It's good times ahead for SK, unless SK gets, let's say, overlook Fugly's position, which is always possible.
Late nades flying in just to help him, just to maim any would-be assailants, but doesn't work out on this occasion. No frag for NRG just yet. 1 HE, no more. Actually, well, tabseN has 1 more HE, but he is miles away over on the B bomb site. Everything's all quiet over there. Nice wind, birds in the air.
Yep. Yeah, there's
leaves on the trees.
There's cannons.
But also cannons.
I mean, you know, cannons play a part in the tranquil imagery going on in my head. I don't know about yours, but I like a good cannon, James. To me, that brings me peace.
I don't know what to do with that information, Dan. So tabseN has taken the silencer off his gun, which makes it more inaccurate, Dan. That's all it does. All it does is make your gun worse.
Yeah, pretty much.
And louder.
But there is nostalgia because it sounds like a little bit like the USB of old.
Yeah, but it makes it worse, Dan.
That is true.
Because see, tabseN's gambling that somebody tries to make their way through to connector. But there's no reason for the T's to. There's no reason for them to try and hunt tabseN. He has $300 of value right now in that grenade. It says 500 at the top because his stock pistol's worth 200, but that's irrelevant. Even if he threw it away, he would spawn with a new one. He's seen sense, Dan. He's put his silencer back on his gun. His gun is now improved. It's better, Dan.
That's true. It has been improved. Now, it's let's see if NRG can find themselves in an improved spot. Obviously, they aren't working with too much, as they are on an eco, just saving. This round is more about the attacking side and how they handle this so that they don't lose anything. Because you can see, you know, some teams who don't have as much discipline, they will lose players in these positions when they have really big advantages. And generally speaking, against almost nothing, you shouldn't really be losing anybody. You can see Modi's kind of looking for information here on the other side of the map for his team, so he can see if there's lots of CTs there, and he wants to try to direct his team away from a huge amount of CTs in one location, because that's what the CTs want to do. They want to try to put everyone in one spot to try to maximize the opportunity with worse weapons to get some damage in. And, well, looks like SK Gaming, you know, making the right call so far. Got everyone towards that A site where there's only 1 player for the CT site.
So, the choke points are getting choked off with smokes, and ELEAGUE will be duly set on fire. Forced from his position, forced into the open, driven, hunted, and taken down. The rest of his team will rotate their position. Pimp playing pretty close with the Galil, which could be a bit dangerous if he runs into beat 50 or so. But he'll be doing okay for the time being. Moving forward to the CZ as well. He is hungry for these frags. But again, the close quarters will finally pay off for the CTs, and they'll get a frag, which is probably not necessary. going to be a bit of a waste of money there. The value of what he was carrying versus the kill and what he's going to have to rebuy. Either way, successful round for SK. 3-0 now. NRG coming in for the buy, which is 2 AWPs. Second one being onto ELEAGUE. So we'll see what the setup is of the CT side with these AWPs. You can put one over towards long A, for example. You can put one towards the mid or underpass area, if you will, especially if there are smokes. You can look over towards the boulder. Maybe we'll see that. Obviously, you can put one towards B. You can go for the boost into drop zone as well. You can pretty much use them everywhere. There is a very early frag there from Peter.
That is what Peter does. Gets himself in there, gets the fast shots, and then you're left wondering, in a state of confusion, where one of your friends just went. And that is a good pick because it's Magic's boy, no less.
Well, he's right there, Dan. He's on the floor.
Well, yes.
He hasn't gone far.
That's true. He is now horizontal instead of vertical, which is not ideal. It's suboptimal. Now, with Magic's boy down, SK Gaming definitely need to find a way to get some map control, some positioning. You can't just lose the player and get nothing out of it, which is essentially, you know, what NRG are trying to force here. And wow, the double challenge coming in. Both Tabson and Gobby finding the exact spot where SK wanted to try to maneuver themselves to get something going. And that's going to shut down the round. What do? You're 2 versus 5 at this point for SK. And, I mean, they don't have any well, actually, they do have some money here in the bank, so they can buy next round regardless. So what that means is they should go for damage here onto the economy of NRG. So how can they achieve that? That's what they're asking themselves. Freeze has a nice forward position, but they do need frags here, James. I mean, SK really need to get at least 2 frags, I think.
Modi needs to rotate quickly because I can't imagine NRG are going to keep one person on the A side alone when they're 2 versus 5. But that's what they've done. I don't know why. Leg is the only man over towards the A bomb site, and now they're going to have a free plant, and NRG are on the wrong side of the choke point. Nice boost coming in though, and the bomb hasn't been planted yet, still making its way over. Freeze almost gets taken down by the boost behind the smoke. And now NRG will come in for the retake.
The key thing is that he didn't die, and he's the AWPer, so he just needs to peek the pixel angles, and he can still be very effective with that AWP. And Modi is on the bomb site there with the AK, with decent health, but Peter cares not. He takes him down, and now it's up to Freeze, but he has no health. He really needs support to be able to work with this, but he has none. So he's going to back away, and I mean, I said they should really be able to get 2 frags. They got 2 frags, and they got a bomb plant as well. So that's really big here for SK. They keep the pressure up onto NRG. And it's hard to get aggressive on this map as a CTs, but that play was where everything just got shut down.
We've seen that play from TSM as well, and it completely failed. It looks really bad when that play fails, but when it succeeds, it looks great. That's the first time I've seen it work, though. But again, I don't think that the plant should have ever come in there. It was 2 versus 5, and NRG had 1 person. Sorry, SK had NRG had 1 person over towards the A bomb site, and he was exposed to everywhere, standing on the roof. But there we go. SK gets some bonus money in, and they had no issue buying in anyway, so that's going to help their economy move forward. And again, we see the aggressive boost. Peter doesn't need to jump further than this. He needs to... Oh, he jumped away. I think he should have just taken it. It was too late for him to escape it. Peter has the habit of getting naded to half HP then. But in that situation, you might as well just stand there, take the L, and hold your angle.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And well, at this point, he did not. And ELEAGUE is going to probably receive some pop flashes here. There is one, and he's actually going to be turning away just at the key moment, and that's pretty nice because you know, avoiding that situation entirely is probably going to be beneficial for him. And they're aware that the SK Gaming side are taking presence towards the A side of the map. Although because SK have not left anyone towards B, which we can see, but obviously NRG cannot. That tells us that SK really want to go into this A side. They've not given themselves a contingency to go back to the other side of the map because there's nobody there. So it's going to be all down to getting these opening entry kills. And there's 3 players here for NRG. So NRG have a good setup to defend this.
Yeah, look at this read from the CTs. ELEAGUE is in deep, and we're going to see an engagement. Pop flashes coming in, but he's facing with Magic's boy behind him. Surely there's going to be a trade. Indeed, there will be, but that's going to allow the rotation to come in. Tabson moving into the site now from the balcony area. Peter behind the choke point. There is a smoke by the door as well, and the T's are winning the frags. No answer from the CTs because the rest, again, are on the wrong side of the choke points, and they will choose to get out of there to save. They've won 1 round. Their economy is going to be reset now. They're going to have the minimum loss bonus. So they need to save as much as they possibly can.
Yeah, that was just brute force there. And that's kind of, to some extent, what was being spoken about on the desk, that it's hard to answer for Magic's boy. And we kind of see that there because he's the guy that just snaps away 2 entry frags. Of course, the first one was pretty free because ELEAGUE pushed with his back towards him. But, you know, again, just getting a very, very fast second one, that's really important. One of the most important things for the CT side on the defense, the pushes like that, is to delay your opponent. I mean, sure, maybe you can't hold the site forever. Maybe you're going to die. But you want to kill as much time as possible to get your teammates into a spot where they can retake. If you have 2 fast frags like Magic's Boy just delivered for SK, the rotation's too far away. You can't do anything as a CT side to retake. So that, I mean, that's just so hard to deal with. So SK will reset NRG. NRG going to have to dip into the reserves here and spend all their money to accompany the M4 and the AWP. As James said, they have been reset. So might as well. Might as well get it in whilst the going is good. Actually, the going is terrible, James, but get it in anyway.
Definitely not good, Dan. They have a quarter of the score of SK, so going is not good at all. Going is pretty poor.
But it's not too bad, though. Not too shabby.
Yeah, the Mac 7 is legit. It's got B playing over towards the B balcony. Tab 7 on the 5-7, though. Tab 7?
Tab 7, I like it.
Tab 7.
That's the thing now.
Let's just go with that. Tab 7 is in play. See if he can live up to the name. Gobby's, in fact, playing over towards long A with the Mag 7. I mean, there are many opportunities for him to put in work over there as well. ELEAGUE is in there for support. So Peter's been put on the balcony. You can see him playing around the smoke here, and he will be looking for aggression. Freeze with an interesting angle. Not sure where exactly that was, but again, Peter is over towards the balcony. He can have his teammates throw some pop flashes in to allow him to peek, but he's going to do a very basic one himself, which is a pretty bad way to do it, especially with his teammate on the tree, because it just telegraphs the peek coming in there. That's not really the best way to do things. Peter will indeed go down, and SK will move towards the bomb site.
Oh, that flash was money. Modi was not flashed though, as he was looking into the wall, but it's Tazen for seconds, and he will get that as well. So 3 versus 3, but the problem is that those guns are not easily retrievable if SK decide to keep pushing here. Although Tabson, behind the cover of a T-smoke, picks up the AWP. What can Tabson accomplish with that? He's actually not scoping here because he's close range. He's going to have to go for the hip shots, the no scopes. Let's see if he can get something out of this. It looks like SK will back away. And I love how they're continuing to get presence here with Modi to suggest that they're not backing away. This is beautiful here, but Modi, will he survive? Oh, the shot's missed! And Modi picks up the frag. Tabson's dead. No more Tab 7. Modi keeps the presence alive as well, just holding down one player away from the A side. That's where the bomb is, though. The bomb's going to be planted on A, and Modi still kept the attention towards this B bomb side. Modi has done a remarkable job here. He will finally fall, but it was honourable, James. He did an honourable service.
Yeah, he brought Godby all the way back as well from the A bomb site. So 2 AWPs to be saved here by NRG. About to go 5-1 down versus SK. Indeed, SK looking strong, and this may prove to be quite a difficult map for NRG going forward. Although 2 AWPs will certainly help, but we'll have to see how much money they can have around these AWPs. This will only be their 2nd loss in a row, so their money is going to be terrible, Dan.
It really will be. But yeah, the double AWPs is definitely going to be interesting to see how that does work indeed. I'm quite curious. It's always a gun that can get you back into the game. But we will see. SK, I mean, they have basically been playing pretty standard, generally speaking. And what I really want to see is more of Modi sort of working that B plateau, because it's a really cool thing. If you've got a smart player who's got very good aim, the amount that you can get done holding onto B plateau, where you kind of obscure to the CTs as to how many of your team is behind you. Could be the entire team, could just be one guy. And then when the TT try to get the information, if that guy's very good at that position, he can deny you, he can get the kill, he can survive. It's very problematic. And Modi is going to go and try to do that job. He's towards the B side of the map. In fact, he's just holding it at the moment, and his team's making their way into A.
So we see initial harassment around the underpass area, and again the CTs are being smoked at the choke point towards A, but they're forcing their way through. So far so good. Tabson with 2 frags with the UMP. Good money as well going forward, but can they close the round? That's it. They need to double their score here by taking this round, and even the CZ coming in for a frag, they're at range. Modi alone versus 5. I don't know if they've seen anything of Modi just yet, if they realize where he is. Everybody's spread out for the time being. Peter, the first to go for an engagement there, taken down. Modi trying to find more. Indeed he will. 2 frags for him. Minute to play with as well. Problem for him is the bomb is firmly in control of the CTs. He will run away to reset the situation, to find a new approach. And that will cause NRG to be spread thin. They have to be wary of
He's trying to. I think he's trying to get another frag here. I think he should as well. I mean, the money's pretty decent for SK.
Well, he can get himself loads of 1v1s. They have to be scared of him coming from connector, coming from the underpass here, coming from long as well. Unless he gives a sound cue away, he's almost guaranteed to get 1v1.
I think Fugly heard him. At least he's looking for this one, and Muddy won't get it in the end. And it was quite smart. I think NRG actually predicted that he was going to be coming from connector because they were like, all right, 4 guys died towards A. There's got to be a lurker in connector. I think they can, or rather, sorry, not connector, but the drop zone. Oh my God, what is this? This chicken defies gravity itself, James.
It is indeed a chicken, Dan. Funnily enough, you used to be able to, when the map first came out, Cobblestone, you used to be able to jump up some of these walls and pixel walk on some rails. Didn't see a chicken do it, though. But, you know, it's a valiant effort there. Might have to report that bug to Valve.
No, please don't. I want more gravity-defying chickens in my life. That's what I need. Now it's time for NRG to hold a B play, James, because this surely can be nothing else out of SK Gaming. They want this B-bomb side, and they want it badly. Modi is straight in there, straight in with the flashbangs, and he has a good bearing of the situation with the first entry frag. Peter down by the chicken coop is going to have a good time. He actually takes down 2 players there. Really nicely held on by Peter. Just 2 orbs here. He's got the bomb in the chicken coop as well.
The bomb is in the chicken coop, Dan. I repeat, the bomb is in the chicken coop, but the advantage is with the T's, and they were closed around no matter. SK continue their march. It was fun for a while, though, with the bomb in the chicken coop.
It was, yes. You got to repeat that. That was good. I liked it.
2 kills for Peter there as well, holding. He was doing his job. You could see SK deployed people to take care of Peter while they held on to the choke point to stop the rest of the CTs coming in. Worked for the most part. Peter did put a spanner in the works, but a spanner was promptly removed then.
I just realized that the chicken coop is something that gets blown up when the bomb detonates on B. I'm not sure if I'm okay with this, James. Someone should call Peter.
Call Peter and what? Tell him to protect the chicken coop?
I guess
You haven't thought it through, have you?
Well, there's a joke there, James. But anyway, it's going to be a 4 versus 3 here. Just initial aggressions found by NRG going all over the place. And it's also like, got some frags here, but will it be good enough? Freeze able to take some shots there easily, but actually going down to Legia in the end. So what a super weird round here from NRG, just rushing all over the place. And they will find SK in some spots unawares, well, not ready. But SK have gathered their remaining forces of 2 players. And they will find themselves a planting situation on the A side, but Pimp's going to find himself to the mercy of Legia's AK-47. Magic's Boy in the 1-on-2.
Magic's Boy has to expect a bit of a crossfire coming in here. It's very rare you see a 2 versus 1 where both players come in from the same direction. They normally come in from the left and the right, but indeed, funnily enough, they're going to come in from the same direction. So can Magic's Boy detect this? You'll hear a nade going off. There are more nades to be deployed by NRG. There's a bit of time on the clock, but it's running out. They don't have a kit. Straight in the face, Magic's Boy will be taken down. NRG surviving with 2 players. We'll see if they can rescue any better guns as well. Legia running around with a UMP, but Tabson doesn't have time to wait to defuse the bomb here. And he's just about going to get it. Just about. And Legia rescues the AWP as well. So very nice bonus there.
I'm wondering about that statement, James. Is it serious or is there sarcasm there? It is it's unclear to me. But got the 6-3. NRG, they are doing well here to come back into this. They've got some good opportunities. Let's see if they are able to play this correctly. The problem is that you're on this map, you're kind of at the mercy of the Ts. You know, just hard to get aggressive. It's hard to get that info. As the CTs, you can do some peeks here and there. You can do some boosts and so on. But generally, you can't really go too deep into T territory like you can on other maps. So unless you have to react, and you have to react well. Great position here for Fugly. He is the man to hold a position like that. I have faith in him. But Modi's the entry man again. He's been so stellar in this performance, but Tabson's going to knock him straight down with that UMP. Peters in with a shot behind the statue as well. And all of a sudden, NRG is 5 versus 3. And Fugly's in there, drops off the tree, looking for the double, can't quite make it happen, but it's a 3 versus 2 for NRG here with the bomb planted.
Still 4 smokes on the site, soon to disappear, however, and only 2 Ts to defend versus the 3 CTs here. We've got nades flying in there. We'll do a little bit of damage, but really the AWP needs to come in and put in work here. Pimp needs to cover the cross. He can have Vasilian cover his angle as well, though Vasilian doesn't have the range of the UMP, so Pimp has to do more work here. Down to 24 HP, Vasilian behind the chicken coop. He is worst case scenario now. The push comes in from Tabson, denied. Down to 3 HP is Pimp, doing great work here with what little he has. Legia running out of time. Vasilian playing silly buggers with him, and he will make his way to the bomb, but there's no time to defuse the bomb here. But he will keep him close enough to die from the explosion, surely. Indeed, nobody will survive.
No survivors.
No survivors at all.
That's really unfortunate for NRG. They had a really good start to that defense, and I mean, you know, they were able to neutralize Modi straight away, which is really important. And Peter got a very key frag, 5 versus 3 immediately. But once that bomb went down, you can see that it can get very awkward for the CTs on the retake. And NRG back to a sketchy buy here. That said, SK
Both teams,
SK don't have that much themselves. They got UMPs.
Interestingly, Modi's gone for the Mach 10, maybe expecting some weakness in the armor of NRG, but it's only Legia lacking a helmet, which means Modi may have some difficulty. That said, 3 of the CTs have got pistols, so maybe he'll have a good time after all. Both sides will need close engagements, though. Speaking of a close engagement, Squad B can't get enough done with the Mach 7 there. So an early advantage here for the T's, but there goes the bomb. Legia's taking it down. Dinks Pimp as well, but Pimp gets the frag. Down to a 4 versus 3. I think we had a bit of a desk punch there, Dan.
We need a new desk, James. Stat. Let's see if we can get much more here from NRG. I mean, they have some interesting positions. I mean, they're in the right spots right now. They've got 2 players who are playing close against SK. That's sort of what you need to be able to upset SK in this round, where they do have the advantage. Pop flash play in, and it doesn't look too premature there. Tabson's able to take a frag and also get the info, which will cue the rotation of the 3rd player for NRG. So now all the people of NRG, all the players, are in place to try to stop this push from SK. Will SK commit? They've got 50 seconds. They could go back. It looks like they might choose to do so, which would be quite smart, actually.
Well, they have to read that at least 2 players are over towards A. 1 throwing the flash, 1 getting the kill. Magic's Boy playing with fire here. Almost literally, down Tabson goes. So he may try to run distraction, try and keep these CTs over towards A while his team moves towards B ever so slowly. Peter's coming in for the flank while Fugly stands by the choke point, stands around the smoke. But his team needs to move a bit faster. There are 20 seconds left, and they are still creeping in towards B ever so slowly, and the bomb should soon go down. Magic's Boy trying to run yet more distraction. Maybe Fugly realizes what's up, seems to be moving away from the A site, and again, Peter on the flank could pick up an AK here. Indeed he will. Magic's Boy goes down, 2 versus 2.
Yes, this might actually end up, despite NRG likely losing this round, but to see if actually that's going to be the case, because are they going to go for it? That's the question. Looks like they're actually going to try to make this happen, which is quite smart. Pimpy's very low. He takes down the first shot. Nice, clean and quick, which is what he needed, a decisive frag, and that's what he gets. But he goes Peter close with that P250, shot in the back by Modi. Not going to happen in the end. Looks like it's going to be another round there for SK. NRG getting some opportunities and playing some cool situations here and there, but SK, you can see that consistently they've got a bit more strength here and there to just come out on top in these situations. NRG struggling on the money. What do they do, James? What is the decision?
Difficult times are ahead, Dan. They will get $2,400 should they lose this round, so they'll be able to get a better buy-in for the next round. Tabson, though. Yeah. Tabson has spent his cash. We've seen we saw this from JDM as well, where he bought full armor and a diffuse kit when his team didn't buy. And now we're seeing similar things from NRG. A bit of uncoordination. We'll see if that plays a part in the future rounds as well.
Usually it's like a miscommunication, or you're expecting it to be maybe just frustration. It could also be because he had all the nades as well, James. I think so.
Maybe he pressed the bind by accident.
But that's also
a bind for a UMP.
UMP and all the nades.
That common bind, yeah.
That bind that everyone has.
Yeah.
Give me that UMP bind.
Well, there we go. SK starting to charge onto the B bomb site, but they've still got 2 people lurking over towards A, but they've missed a flank coming in from Peter. He only has a pistol though, no armor, no nothing else. So you can't expect him to do much. Being spotted, being eliminated. So now it's Fugly to try and get a frag, but there'll be no frags for NRG in this round. So let's see what situation their money's in the following round with that buy from Tabson in the previous.
It doesn't make any. It has to be a complete error because his team can all buy rifles and stuff, but he can't now, it doesn't really make any sense. So that's an error. Not sure what the cause was, but it was an error indeed. So 9-3 SK. They're doing quite well. They're 6 rounds ahead. That is pretty healthy. But this is a bit of a T-sided map, and NRG, if they can scrap together 4 to 5 rounds, that's going to be enough, I think. You know, that's definitely enough.
Yeah, their money's all over the place. Look at this buy: Mag 7, P90. UMP and 2 pistols and no helmets this time. So they are all over the place. SK with a 6-round lead, looking fairly good for a 7-round lead, the way the equipment is going. We haven't seen Molotovs, though, on the tree when we've seen his executes from SK. That's caused them problems before. No one on the tree on this occasion. No, Peter getting work done with the pistol. P90 coming into play from Fugly, but soon traded by Magic's boy. 2 CTs left to 3 Ts. Make that 1. Gorby alone now with the Mag 7.
Yeah, it's very interesting, actually, because Gorby might be able to get something here, because he's got a player close. There's Pimp. Oh, can't get it done. And yeah, it's interesting because his team, NRG, could have full bought that round if the UMP 4x wasn't there in the previous round. So because of this, what NRG did is that they realigned their money. So what they should have had is a buy in that round, but it was just a half buy. It wasn't very good. There was no M4s or in sight, but now there will be, but that's a round too late.
In the executes that SK have had towards the B-bomb site, I don't think they've thrown a Molotov onto the tree position once. And that's a strong position because it helps you avoid many of the flashbangs that come in. But it doesn't seem that NRG are picking up on this, because that would be a stronger position to put someone in more regularly over towards the B-bomb site. Now they have a buy coming out. Now they have the AWP onto Peter with limited nades. Flash comes in. That's an early advantage for Legia.
It is indeed. So NRG making some stuff happen. Let's see if they can keep the advantage in their hands for now. Modi just waiting behind smoke there. Again, he's sort of the B-man for SK, you know, the kind of the lurking player, the guy that can control plateau by himself, go for that lurking drop if he wants. But he is actually going to rejoin his teammates, rotating through the Dragon Lord Tapestry area. And Legia is going to get flashed in there. This is beautiful. Aggressive frag found, so they're going to get even more in the way of advantages here. Legia might... He's thinking about going for another fight here. Freeze expects that he fell back, but he didn't, so it's a free kill for Legia. And all of a sudden, they're going to look for Legia's position, and they find God B. Somehow, though, Modi gets both frags. I have no idea how, but in a 2-on-3 with such low health, this has NRG written all over it.
Modi's upgrading for the AWP now. So we will see. We see calls of one should be hurt. In fact, they are both hurt over towards the T side. 2 rounds remaining. How many can NRG get? This will be the first test. Pimp is with the bomb. We see pop flashes coming in, manages to avoid it, manages to shoot Fugly in the face, but again, they realize there must be one more CT over towards the sites at least, but I don't know that they have time to rotate elsewhere. 30 seconds left on the clock now. They could take a risk and try and push through that smoke, but indeed, Pimp will take the bomb straight into a crossfire. Now Modi has a decision to make. Wow. 1 versus 1, 15 seconds left. I don't know if he's got time to pick up the bomb and plant it. That time is running out now. He's going for the kill. 8 seconds left. He needs 3.5. Peter peeks, and the round will be lost to SK.
Modi, this guy has been a monster. What a 4K from him. The clutch as well. That flick by APC, both of them in fact, was ridiculous. And those 2 entries of the AK, this was a ridiculous... This one here from Modi, oh my god. This is the thing, right, Modi, you don't know when this guy can just go nuclear.
American tears.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, just stealing it from the clutches. NRG had that round. Modi just single-handedly just destroyed it. All the hopes and dreams have been crushed by Modi. Now, let's see if there's any way back here for NRG. They have a buy that, well, let's not talk about it, James. It's not looking pretty. They're trying to get aggressive on the A-long area again. And his tendencies as an aggressive player, I think, are quite well known by SK.
Legia and Smokes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Let's see who will find the angle first. Magic's boy expects, but will he find Legia creeping through the smoke? And indeed, he will be up to his usual shenanigans. Oh, but he's going to get pinned to the wall by Freeze. And again, it's NRG who have the much weaker buy here, so that is a strong advantage for SK going forward. Denies vision towards long. Fugly going to force the aggression node towards B. That's information for the team, but there's no rotation from Peter or Fugly just yet.
They're looking to try to make the play, to force the play, SK, into that A bomb site. And it's a big advantage for NRG here, but that's a nice push up. Good trade setup as well, but no trade was required. It's a straight up entry onto Tamsin. Now Gorby, he needs to get something done with this UMP. It is tough. There's multiple players with weapons, and he gets both of them. In goes Peter as well. And they somehow pull out 4 rounds. That's so important. So NRG, they give themselves something to work with in this first half, but it is going to be tough. There's no doubt about it.
7-round lead for SK going into the second half. NRG have it all to do. They are at quite a significant deficit here, so it's going to be an uphill struggle going into the second half. Will they be able to do it? We will find out after the break. See you soon.
Welcome back. It is time to soon kick off the last half of day 2 here in week 3. And, well, we've had some interesting results here. And Pimp, who's been he's been definitely highlighted multiple times as one of the most or more important players and riflers for the side. He's been having a great game so far. We can see just the result of that here in ELEAGUE for NRG. He's got that aggressive play style, but he's always eking out these aggressive kills around smokes, just as you highlight, and that really does throw his opposition through a loop a little bit, which kind of ruins their plans, disrupts what they try to do. But when all is said and done, SK, they're still 11-4, and it's really going to be tough for NRG to come back into this one.
Indeed, all that aggression on this occasion has, unfortunately for him, been good for 4 rounds. Now we come into the pistol. If NRG lose this, it could be curtains. Will the curtains be called? We'll find out shortly. Moving towards the B site with the bomb so far, we see Magic's Boy and Asilian. Looks like they're going to be going for a boost onto the B plateau. They have the range advantage with the USP, as we always mention. It is, I think it's 2 to 3 times the range of the Glock on the pistol round in terms of headshots. No helmets to be bought on pistol rounds. Pimp will lack armor on the CT side, as will Godby on the T side. Everybody else is going to be enjoying the Kevlar. Oh, sorry, Asilian. No Kevlar for him either. He has a kit. So it seems NRG looking to execute. This looks like it could be a split into the A site, or it could be a fake over towards A, but I think it's probably going to be a split into the A site. Asilian, though, is repositioning into the connected area, so there'll be problems. Peter flying in, getting taken down.
Yeah, shooting clay pigeons there, and Asilian's still alive. He's still holding down the back. This could be really good. He's going to get a free kill, but wait, I mean, doesn't even need to. Modi has been on point there, getting both those frags, and now it's a 2 versus 2 as Godby comes back in to try to reclaim that bomb. Reclaim his property. Let's see if he can do so. Modi and Magic's Boy still stand to try to deny him the bomb plant, allowing him to take the bomb, but his back to Modi is not going to work out. Modi has been really impactful in a lot of these rounds. Still, that 4K from him in that previous half really is just replaying itself in my mind because that was so stellar. But NRG, they needed that pistol round, James. They really needed that good start, and now SK get the good money to start with on the CT side. What do NRG do? They didn't get the bomb down. Looks like they're going for the force. Are they going for the force spike? Looks like at least, well, 1 or 2 of the players have some investment. Well, just Fugly, actually, really. Yeah,
they're playing it conservatively. They're looking to win a number of consecutive rounds. What's interesting, though, is the 2 Mag 7s. If NRG go for a fast play here, that might not work in favor of SK. I think it might be better to have 1 Mag 7 here and the MP9 coming out. We saw on the CT side, Godby didn't have much success with the Mag 7 in the positions he was playing it with. We see a fast boost coming in for the CTs as well. So they're playing the information game. Moni just biding his time. And Tabson, oh, he's gonna get the little daggers in the back there, the small ones.
Yeah,
that's not very nice.
No. Well, Modi is. Oh, what? At that range, how does he find a headshot there? This guy is out of this world. He just turned the Mag 7 into an AWP, James.
I've literally never seen a frag at that distance with a Mag 7 in the face, no less. In the face, Dad. It's a shotgun. The shell spreads. The shells spread. They go everywhere.
But there's a range when the bullets disappear as well, right?
Not disappear, they just spread. Well, but actually, maybe disappear, yeah.
Because with the sawn-off, I know they disappear after about 2 feet. So,
Modi just causing pain and agony to all the NRG fans in the crowd.
Absolutely. It's really interesting because this match, there's been so much promise. NRG have done a lot of things right, but there's just so many of these kind of clutch situations where SK have a player like Modi just turn things around when they have perhaps, well, very low percentage chance to win. So it's down to the save here, and then that's going to put SK on 14 rounds. That's a really painful spot to be in for NRG. But it is Counter-Strike, James, so there's always a way back. And that's why you never go full Moses.
Godby with all of 4 kills so far in this match. Again, having many struggles with the Mag 7 in the previous round. NRG had lots of terrible buys in the previous round as well. More Mag 7 work being done and may have fallen off, actually. But the bomb's fallen off as well, so more problems to be had from NRG, aside with no Kevlar in this round. What he may need some support from his teammates. He's been left there alone for the time being. And again, while he may take 1 play down, he could be traded. We'll have to see. Again, he is the one carrying Kevlar at the moment. Got himself an off angle. Going to try and take Fugly's chin off. Meanwhile, Godby gets taken down elsewhere, and the T's will move away. The bomb may become less relevant now as the numbers dwindle. and it might be just about causing whatever damage they can elsewhere on the map, maybe picking up a weapon. Magic's Boy's gone down. Pimp's alive, though. He's got an M4 at the moment. 40 seconds left on the clock here, and Pimp's come in for support now. He will be the first engagement here for the two teams. He's tagged, though. Could get dinked from there with a P250, and the P250 is all that's left here. Indeed, down he goes, but Modi will answer straight away and upgrade to the M4.
Yeah, and you can see Modi was really the centerpiece of that, because once the bomb tumbles like that, the T's have to really try to get it, because the only real thing that they can do in the round is maybe get a bomb plant. So very smartly by SK, they start to get a coordinated push on the B plateau, Magic's Boy leading the charge there, whilst Modi was holding the bomb, realizing that NRG were kind of frozen in how they should deal with that situation. Sometimes you've got to be very decisive, and SK Gaming, they decided to be, more quickly making those decisions. So now we get the full buy. This is NRG's last really big chance here to try to save this map.
Nice Molotov. That is doing massive damage. Modi's down to 45 HP without even seeing anybody. So NRG, they're in position over towards the B-bomb site, biding their time. Will we see a Molotov from them onto the tree position? One has been deployed, but it's still not pushing just yet. Maybe suggesting a fake. Maybe suggesting the NIP nades, which are done from further away, but they're pretty close now. Pop flash is coming in, and the push will begin here for the T's.
Freeze on the statue with the AWP. He's going to be much needed now that Tabson's entered on to Magic's Boy. He's still alive as well. Freeze falling back behind the smoke, just allowing his team to actually, instead of committing into crazy engagements, they're just going to wait it out a little bit, coordinate a retake in there with a flanking player, which is Pimp, up on the B plateau. There is Peter there with the AWP, so Pimp really doesn't have entry here. How do you get in against Peter there? It's, to be honest, very, very difficult.
3 plays left for SK, and they're starting to move away, as I think it would be a bit insurmountable in most cases to take this round now. So you see angles being held. There we go. Bit of damage done to the economy of the T's here, and a bit more damage being done as well. Nice work there by Pimp. 2 plays left for SK. They've got a 10-round lead at the moment, so they're not going to be too concerned with losing the odd weapon.
Yeah, it's a really nice investment. 2 players to go work a containment play to deal damage. And, well, I mean, also really nice entries from NRG. They had a very, very fast and decisive running set piece into that B-bomb site. And that might be something that they're going to have to go to again and again. I mean, it worked so well for them. They survived with 5 players. They immediately destabilized the setup. And you can see that once there was a kill onto, I think it was Magic's Boy, immediately Freeze was thinking, all right, I'm going to back away. There's no chance that I can hold this by myself. And once he did that, it's a free bomb site, and then NRG played it out perfectly. So let's see if they go, mix it up. But again, you're in a spot where you can't really afford to have one wrong guess, because there's no rounds for them to play.
9-round lead, and SK are back on the buy immediately. So NRG will be facing many tests, a great many tests in this last game of the evening. Taking initial map control are NRG, SK moving back away from the more forward areas, which means they will be denied information. If NRG move all the forces over towards A, then perhaps SK could be overwhelmed. Only 2 people in position over there at the moment. Pimp's playing close to the corner. Lots of time here for NRG. We can hear Godby barking some commands to his team while they just hold angles and listen. So we'll see what they have in store for SK. But look at the position of SK actually over towards the B-bomb site. Yeah. Magic's Boy is pushing, which is going to be information for the team. He's holding passive for now, though. There's still lots of time on the clock. He doesn't want to get too forward because NRG still have opportunities to rotate, but pop flashes are coming in towards the A site. So far, so good for Modi, though. Wow.
Again, this guy is just constantly getting these multi-kills. What a devil to deal with. This Pimp moving through the smoke. The timing is beautiful. Cillian's on the side as well. This looks very difficult for NRG to try to claim this one because there are CTs all over the place. Nice frag from Fugly, very needed. It's like it could be possible here for them to hold on to this, and a very timely push back in from ELEAGUE to cover his teammates. Pimp sent down the slope as Magic's Boy comes in from said slope to try to cause some damage here. There's the first frag, 2 more players to find there. There is a head of Fugly playing with Magic's Boy, just teasing him. He's going to be able to pick it off there, and that's it. They've managed to take the round. SK Gaming just hitting their shots there on the retake, and NRG up against match point.
Definitely silence in the studio as SK move to the second last round they require in this final match. We'll see what NRG have to buy with very soon Freeze putting in nice work there. Also, when Pimp moved through the smoke, as the T's pushed the smoke, they expected a play there. And one of the NRG players, I think he shot his teammate in the head, so you saw he got an assist when his teammate died there. Very nice play by Pimp. He chose to go all the way around to the underpass rather than go through the smoke on the way back. And here we see the buy from NRG with $50 in the bank across 5 players. And Peter's just down to a P250.
Absolutely. And
Peter 50 Dan.
Yes.
You see what I did there?
No, but yes. We have Modi on a huge amount of frags as well in this matchup, and it's really cool to see him playing well, because you don't always see that, but when you do, it is fun, and it's down to NRG now to hold on. They don't have much to do so with. He's trying to flash away Pimp here. Really nicely done. And where's the entry frag? There it is. Legia picks up the kill, but Asilian able to cut down the split that was trying to happen here. So it's all going to be down to these 3 remaining players. Nice grenade there. Able to take down that key player, that is Modi, as it goes to the 3 versus 3. The bomb needs to get planted, though. And SK already knocking at the door, but what is this? How did Legia not get that frag? Magisboy able to burst out of the vent position. Now just Peter against 2. Can't get it done. It's Magisboy with the last 2 frags, and SK Gaming take it decisively.
Decisively indeed. A strong, dominating performance from SK in the last round of the evening. Last game of the evening. Very nice stuff indeed by them. NRG had no answer on either side to SK's aggression.
Absolutely, and I think the way that the analysts were talking about this match, you really saw that come into fruition. SK Gaming with a lot of skill, a lot of coordination, and again, if you got Modi firing off like that, some of the clutches that he made were frankly disgusting, so it's very hard to face up against that. But NRG is showing a lot of promise for the future, and they are a newer lineup, so definitely a team to look out for.
Indeed, and we'll see what the analysts think about it after the break. See you soon.